could have been, and we try to pretend every night.
Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own unit. Here I have a closure and 2 bundles of 18-inch and as well my closure as well. And these are all the items that you will need as shown in this video. Then we're going to be using. So first I'm going to start with 1/2 cup of bleach. And I'm going to use that 40 volume developer for about enough to make it to where it'll be like a paste. And once you get your pasty consistency, you'll start to apply this onto your closure to bleach the knots or whatever type frontal that you have. And as I'm applying the bleach to the closure, I'm pushing it in just a little bit to get through my knots and where the dark spots are, because just sitting on top will bleach it enough, but it won't bleach to where it will bleach through the other side of the top part of the lace. Next I have this dome cap and I'm going to apply it to my mannequin. One thing I didn't realize how small my dome cap was, so I had to add a band. So right now I'm just going to put it in my closure and I'm going to sew it to the cap, and I'm only sewing on the side and all the way around to the next side. I don't sew the front because that's the part where you're going to want to cut the dome cap underneath once you finish your wig. Okay, so now that our closure is done, I'm just going through and make sure everything is completely flat and adjusted, and make sure that it's all aligned, and so when I get ready to sew in my bundles, it will all come together. Okay, so now I'm showing you guys that how my closure looks now that I'm done sewing it down to my dome cap and how attached it is. And now I'm going to put it back into a bun so we can start sewing our bundles. And like I said before, these are 2 18-inch bundles, including the closure. So my mom is starting it off because I couldn't figure out how to start it off, of course. And all you do is you go underneath the weft and you put your T-clips in on both sides to help, because you have to keep in mind that it's not a human head to where it's just gonna stand stable and stay still by itself. And as you saw that she doubled wrapped it around. That's just to lock it in place as you go and as you keep sewing. So you want to lock it in as you keep on sewing. I'm just pinning in the other side to hold the track. Okay, so now I'm going to start sewing in my first track, and as I'm sewing in, like I said, I'm wefting them through underneath the track instead of through the weft. And then also while I'm going through it, I'm tying it at the same time so it will lock in place, because if you keep looping around your track without locking it in place, it will slide. Your tracks will slide. So as I'm getting closer to being finished, I make sure my tracks are laid completely flat, and make sure that as they're being doubled, when it comes down to the corners, that I split them so it'll lay completely flat. Okay, so now I'm showing you guys how to customize your lace closure and how to make baby hairs as well, and to how to thin it out and not to pluck too much, but just enough. So right now I'm going through and plucking some hairs to make it look a little bit thinner, but not too much to where I create bald spots. I'm combing them and brushing them out. To go in and create some baby hairs, and you want to part them as thin as possible because you don't want to make gaps between your closure and or any bald spots. So you want them to be as thin as possible. When cutting your baby hairs, you don't ever want to cut them straight across or too short once you first start. You want to do them in a quick zigzag and then go back through, and if you want them a little bit shorter, you can go back and cut them shorter like I just did. And right now I'm just spreading them with spritz to hold them down, and I'm just going to do a little swipe movement just to keep them down while I finish customizing my wig. These are the products that you need to curl and keep your wig flat. All I'm doing is taking the flat iron and going through flattening out the roots and curling the ends, because this is a body wave hair, so it'll hold curls better. this is the ending result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a like, thumbs up.